Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Ten Cars Tavern blog. And I don't usually cover all that many Kickstarters on this channel, but literally, holy shit. All right, Shadowdark RPG came out of like nowhere. Old school gaming modernized. Classic adventure gaming for 5e and old school players alike. One book, all you need. It's got 24 days to go, 3.5 weeks. It's already as you're watching, that ticker is flipping, right? It's already at $661,000. All right, this is going to be $1 million plus Kickstarter. This is going to be one of those ones where Wizards of the Coast would have wanted to have taken their piece of the pie. But in any case, what is Shadowdark RPG? Let's take a look at it. They're claiming it's old school gaming, new school mechanics. That reminds me of what they used to say with the DCC adventures, right? Before the DCC RPG, it was it old school feel, new school rules, or some shite like that. So, what is Shadowdark RPG? In Shadowdark RPG, you and your group of crawlers use magic, steel, and wits to delve into mysterious ruins, lost cities, and monster-infested depths. Wondrous treasures and long forgotten whatever. Don't let your torch run out. So I'm gonna say it looks interesting. My opinion, it is neither 5e nor necessarily old school. Maybe a bit of both, but let's look. 5e players will find what they've been waiting for, an intuitive and complete tabletop RPG that serves as a seamless bridge into the heart of the old school renaissance. And old school gamers will find a system that's familiar and nostalgic, but with major quality of life upgrades that modernizes the old school experience. Now, that may or may not be something that old school gamers are looking for. And it may or may not be something that 5e players are looking for. But we'll go back to the top for a moment. 661,202 backers. Apparently, they found something here. So, what makes this unique? How is it different? Okay. It has familiar elements of classic fantasy gaming, but it isn't a retro clone. A lot of new game design ideas have emerged in the last 50 years, and we wanted to bring our favorite concepts together into a nostalgic but new adventuring system. So, in this game, torches only last 1 hour of real time. Characters and players must make the decisions quickly or they'll run out of precious light. All right, well, real time. That means table time, not game time. And so a 3 hour session would require 3 torches. I don't think that's an issue. That 3 hour session could cover 3 weeks of game time. I don't. There are free quick start rules that you can look at. I downloaded them shortly before popping into this video. I gave them a quick once over. They're pretty complete. You could probably play a couple of adventures, earn a couple of levels, and get a feel for this. In the time, if you have the right gaming group, you could do it way before this finishes funding. I'm obviously in for 159 because, well, one, it looks damn interesting. Two, I have responsibility to my community, both the OSR and beyond, to look at some of the hottest games and give feedback on it. So that's what we're looking at here. And by the way, they're expecting to ship this summer, July. That's pretty impressive. And no, you don't have to back for 159. That's just me. You can actually get the digital version for 29, or the Shadowdark Core RPG rules for 59. So you don't have to go all that crazy. I just like a lot of tchotchkes. So, 4 core classes. I like that idea. 4 core classes doesn't get too crazy. Keeps a lot of that min-maxing bullshit. Like, oh, I need my 17 to be a paladin in my charisma. No, you don't. D20 based roll high system. We know what that means. No dark vision. Now I did away with dark vision or ultra vision or Infravision was supposed to was relight because it was just too much to try to explain. It was a cost saving issue when it came to space. In 4 pages, you got very little space. But I do like the taking away of dark vision. It makes things dangerous. I give them that. Treasure grants XP, and tracking is dead simple. Not going to complain about that. Roll to cast spells. Magic is exciting and risky. That was the problem that my gaming group had with DCC RPG. This isn't as swingy, and looks like, from my quick glance at the quick start rules, that if you cast a spell and fail, you can try again, unless you fumble, in which case, you know. Simple distances: close, near, far, and of course, self. I like that a lot. There was another game from years ago that had distances like that, and I think that really works a lot better than thinking things out in this miniatures obsessed wargaming history type of gaming that a lot of us are used to. So, monster morale and reaction rolls. Okay, old school gamers were used to that. Always on initiative. Time is easy to track. That I gotta look up. Not quite sure. 6 classic stats, 3 to 6 in order. No skills, just ability checks and advantage, disadvantage. I can take that, and then that's a decent use of advantage and disadvantage, in my opinion. Separate ancestry and class. And ancestry would be what we would have called race back in the day. Randomized character class abilities. Emergent character growth. I'm on the fence on that one. I'd have to see it in play. I looked at it in the quick start rules, and the quick start rules are more than just quick start rules. I would call them starter rules. Usually, a quick start, you can't level, you don't get much of a feel. This gives you 2 tiers or 2 spell levels, but for the cleric and for the wizard, it feels familiar with that. Low hit points, fast and deadly combat. Simple encumbrance, gear slots. If memory serves me right, that's how Lamentations of the Flame Princess does it. Does make things a lot simpler. And remember, too, old school gaming has a lot of its roots in the OSR. A lot of these weird rules that we have stuck with have their roots in wargaming. I don't have an issue where you kind of obfuscate. If you kind of blur them a little bit and make them a little less harsh, I don't have a problem with that. What's in the box? What's in the box, man? Complete game, 330 pages. 239 classic monsters, 85 iconic spells, 97 mighty magic items, robust roll tables, handy reference charts, spectacular black and white art. The art actually does look very good. It feels old school. It feels appropriate. Lay flat sewn binding, a black ribbon bookmark, chapter marker. So it should be a decent book. And then of course you got the foil version with leatherette, fake leather. That's fine. Again, I started to look at the preview. Preview looks interesting enough. I may have to give it enough of a read, and if I can, maybe not this coming weekend, maybe the following weekend, I will put together a group on the Discord server to give us a short play test, just to get a feel for it. Maybe it'll convince me I'm making the right decision. Maybe it'll tell me to lower my pledge to something less. Again, the art. This is the art on the screen, and that looks spot on. That looks really, really good. And I got to say, there's a lot of support material for this. Again, if you go in for everything, there's some mini adventures. There's some zines, character cards, which again look familiar. This is stuff that actually, it's not that much different from the character cards that we had initially made before them was Relight. So these are simpler. They're black and white, and I actually think they look cleaner. So, I mean, there's a lot I can say that's going for this. So, what do I recommend? Okay, I recommend. I'm going to link the quick start rules again. I think the more starter rules. There's like 264 68 page booklets in PDF, one for the players, one for the GM. So that's a lot of material right there to look at, and it should give you a good feel for this. Is it OSR? No. Is it OSR ish? Yes. Is this 5e? Fuck no. It isn't. It's its own beast. Okay. This is, in my opinion, um, somebody's well-tuned house rules that look like they were built up from an OSR game, integrated some 5e, and then took a lot of house rules and said, "Hey, let's get rid of. I don't know. We don't need any kind of infravision or dark vision. Scrap that. Let's make torches. The torch rule interesting. It's a gamification. Um, it's a house rule, right? The spell casting is a big change. It's not fancy and magic like OSR gamers are used to. So, or even like 5e players are used to. So, yes, this is certainly a game that is OSR ish. And 5e, if advantage and disadvantage makes it 5e, so be it. Do I think it's going to be a fun game to play? Yes. Do I think it's a game that's going to take me a lot of time to figure out how to learn the rules? No. I think it'll be close enough to the old school rules that I am used to that I'll be able to grok it fairly quickly. And by the way, in the 12 minutes or so that we've been doing this video, they've already picked up 3 backers. So don't be left behind, maybe, right? I don't know. Again, it looks very interesting. I'm going to immerse myself in the rules for the next few days, and I will see if we can get together a playtest group and see how it works. You know, I've learned from last week at TotalCon, the only way I will really get to grok a rule set is to play it. I think this is close enough to the traditional rules that I am used to that I can understand them enough to run it, but to see them in play, see the effect of spellcasting in play is going to be important. So, on that note, I will leave a link. It will be an affiliate link to the quick start rules for Shadowdark. They're free, but if you happen to make an additional purchase at that time, you will be supporting the tavern. But just letting you know, as well as the Humble Bundle link on the bottom of this page, which is for the ElfQuest comic on Humble Bundle, if you want to have it so you can read it on your iPad, your tablet. It's a great format to grab it. And again, it's an affiliate link, helps the tavern. Other than that, folks, look at that. I'm just looking at that 661,663. Almost, but not quite. Number of the satanic panic would be going crazy about. Be safe, be well, God bless, roll those dice, roll them well. I will be back again tomorrow with another video. Wednesday, we have the Silver Belay, Rocky and Ian, Silver Belay publishers, on the live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern on Talking Crit. And I look forward to seeing many of you on the live stream. In the meantime, let me know what you think about this Kickstarter. And if you've actually put the quick start rules to play, tell me what your experience was. I'd love to hear. All right, folks. On that note, I'm out of here.